In her final electoral campaign before her death, AIADMK leader and former Chief Minister J. Jayalalitha firmly distanced herself from the BJP, posing a question to the electorate: is it that Modi or this lady?
வாக்காளர் பெருமக்களே, என் அன்பார்ந்த மக்களை இப்போது சொல்லுங்கள், சிறந்த நிர்வாகி யார்? குஜராத்தை சேர்ந்த மோடியா அல்லது தமிழ்நாட்டை சேர்ந்த இந்த லேடியா?
Despite her passing, it took several years for the AIADMK to officially sever ties with the BJP. This move perhaps signaled the AIADMK's intent to break away from the National Party, possibly in a bid to assert its own electoral strategy and political identity in Tamil Nadu, especially in the backdrop of the chaos that ensued after Jayalalitha's death. The BJP, which had hoped to leverage its alliance with the AIADMK for an electoral success in Tamil Nadu, was left to reassess its position in the state's political landscape. It is in this backdrop that Prime Minister Narendra Modi praised AIADMK leaders like M.G. Ramachandran and Jayalalitha while remaining tight-lipped about the party's now broken alliance with the AIADMK during his visit to the state on February 28. In contrast, he came down heavily on the DMK, calling the ruling party in Tamil Nadu dynastic. He accused it of impeding the state's progress by blocking the centre's schemes. The Prime Minister also said that the DMK needs to be crushed and destroyed. Senior journalist and author A.S. Paneerselvan points out that the Prime Minister's statement cannot be taken seriously because it is not backed by evidence. He says it is rhetorical flourish and not based on substance.
See, the problem with the Prime Minister's statement is it is not based on any evidence. There is a strong rhetoric but very little evidence. Given the fact that Tamil Nadu should have got aims way back in the last term of this government has not even come, is a clear example. Unless and otherwise he is able to come up with specific evidences, we need not have to take anything of the Prime Minister's statement seriously, because this is what we are seeing in Prime Minister's approach. We saw it happening in West Bengal, we saw it happening in Jharkhand. Therefore, wherever there is opposition ruled state, this is what Prime Minister is saying. And the problem with the Prime Minister's position is that there is absolutely no recognition of the most important aspect of India's democracy, which is federal balance. Therefore, there is very little respect for the initiatives taken by the state and the dues meant for the state. And after the GST rollout, what we are witnessing is that there is a skewed federal balance and there is very little attempt to address that. Therefore, given this reality, Prime Minister's speech should be seen as a rhetorical flourish rather than the one based on substance.
On his birthday, a day after Modi's visit to Tamil Nadu, Chief Minister M.K. Stalin responded to the allegations in a letter addressed to DMK cadres. The Chief Minister said that it was beneath the dignity of Modi's office to say that he will crush and destroy DMK. Stalin also noted that Modi's frequent visits to Tamil Nadu betray a fear of electoral defeat. Addressing Modi's accusation about blocking central schemes, Stalin pointed out that the BJP government has not allocated funds that are due to the state government, including disaster relief funds. He said, Tamil Nadu's political history is all about how those who wanted to see DMK crushed and destroyed. With Modi all set to return to the state within a week, political analysts and leaders opined that the BJP is perhaps taking the state too seriously. They point out that the BJP in the past had managed to win 4 seats in the assembly both in 2021 and in 2001. A.S. Paneerselvan says in 2004 and 2009, the UPA came to power with support from Tamil Nadu, and this time the party is with the euphoria over Temple dying down. The party is probably looking at other states to boost its electoral prospects.
BJP is trying to fill in the gap because they thought that the Temple is going to rework their electoral arithmetic. Unfortunately for them, the Temple, the euphoria created by the Temple is coming down. Therefore, they are looking at all other states to shore up their balance. And they feel that Tamil Nadu is the one which might actually set them back. Because what we have to remember is, 2004 and 2009, UPA came to power primarily because Tamil Nadu helped to defeat BJP. Given the fact that Tamil Nadu has given this history of defeating BJP, and even when Modi-led government came to power for the first time in 2014, Tamil Nadu they scored 0. Given this fact that they want to have some sort of inroad in Tamil Nadu, but I don't think this time they are going to have an inroad anywhere in the southern states.
In the context, there are reports that the BJP is trying to align with the AIADMK again. A.S. Pannirselvan says that the Prime Minister's laudatory statements on MGR and Jayalalitha is an attempt to win the AIADMK over again.
Quite simple. That is an open invitation for the ADMK to join, because they are very, very clear that unless and otherwise electoral arithmetic is not going to work in their favor if ADMK is not going to be with them. And Tamil Nadu's political landscape is evenly divided between DMK and ADMK. Therefore, whoever is joining with one of the Dravidian major is going to reap benefit. And Prime Minister Modi, more than anybody else, is completely aware of that fundamental electoral arithmetic of the state.
K.C. Palanisamy, a rebel AIADMK leader, calls the laudatory statements unethical and says the BJP does not have an icon to show of its own.
In BJP, they don't have any icons or leaders to project with an acceptability of people of Tamil Nadu. So he thought that praising MGR and Jayalalitha would he made all attempts to gain vote share for BJP. But that is very sad part of it, because MGR is the founder of All India Anna Dravida Munnetra Kalagam.
But K.C. Palanisamy also says this will affect the prospects of the AIADMK, with the BJP pushing the narrative of an ideological battle between itself and the DMK.
Both DMK and BJP is trying to create an ideological battle. See, we cannot underestimate BJP as merely projection of Modi or the present 10-year rule. Beyond that, behind that, there is an ideology which one has to fight it out throughout the nation, particularly in Tamil Nadu. DMK is handling it or facing it rightly by projecting the Dravidian ideology, as though they are trying to capitalize. They are the sole controller of the Dravidian ideology. This is the exact point on which Mr. Edappadi Palanisamy is missing, because we cannot just by merely opposing Annamalai or Modi and claim to be with the people, gain the confidence of people of Tamil Nadu.
For one, the BJP taking on the DMK is not new in Tamil Nadu. In fact, several national BJP leaders had been critical of DMK leader Udayanidhi Stalin for his remarks on Sanatana Dharma. One of the leaders feels that perhaps the BJP versus DMK narrative is gaining attention this time, possibly because the Prime Minister is doing it. A.S. Pannirselvan says the idea of second largest party is illusionary. He says it is an old game tried by many parties including the Congress, MDMK, DMDK, etc.
No, this is essentially trying to threaten ADMK to join them. Therefore, it's not about positioning themselves as the second largest party. The idea of this making themselves as the second largest party is a whole game. Earlier, Congress did it. Then we saw it with the MDMK. Then we saw it with Vijayakant's DMDK.
The BJP, though, is confident of making inroads in the state this time.
There is a lot of change in the mindset of our Tamil community overall today, because one thing is very clear after our state president Annamalai has taken over in charge here, the amount of visibility he has created among 234 constituency on Yenman Yenmakal Yatra has given a lot of prominence about the BJP.
Whether the BJP can position itself as a main party against the DMK is another $1 million question.
Subscribe to the Federal's YouTube page for more news and updates.